Hey guys, this is Marie and I'm back with another video, and this video is going to be Betta Fish Community Tank Update. So let's get started. So in this video, I will be showing you and talking to you a little bit about the betta fish and also giving you guys a full update on the community tank. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now, as you guys can see at the title of this video is going to be all about a betta fish community tank update. So here we go. Now, as you guys can see here, this is my 20-gallon long betta fish community tank, and I have a total of 3 betta fish, 6 neon tetras, and 1 albino tetra. Now, I have had this tank now for about 7 months, and it has been doing absolutely amazing. The plants in here have grown so much. I did lose about 1 or 2 plants that did die, and I end up just replacing those and getting new ones. I did lose 1 betta fish and a couple of the albino tetras, and I will go into a little more detail with that in a second. But other than that, the tank is doing absolutely amazing. I'm so happy and glad that I decided to do actually a betta fish community tank. I was looking and thinking about it for a while now, but I wasn't sure if I really wanted to do one, and I'm so glad that I actually decided to do it. The 7 months that I've had this tank, it's been such amazing. Like I said, everything has grown so well in this tank. I haven't had any issues or problems with this tank, and I'm just so glad and thankful that it has been doing very well for the 7 months that I've had it. Now, this coming October will actually be 1 year since I've had this tank set up. When I did have to move about 3 months ago, I did have to tear it down and bring it over here and reset everything back up. But when I did that, I didn't really have any problems with the plants or the fish or anything. So everything went really well, and I'm so glad that actually went well and nothing really bad happened. But like I said, the tank is doing amazing. I did do a water change about 2 days ago, so they got some nice fresh clean water in here, and it's just looking so good and everything, and I'm so glad that I do have my community tank in here. Now, the reason why I wanted to do a betta fish community tank is because I did actually want more betta fish, and I figured the best way to have multiple betta fish would actually do a community female sorority betta fish tank. So I figured that would work out really well, and it has since then. But this is what the tank looks like. I'll give you guys a little tour and a little bit of everything that is in here, and if anything has changed since the last time you guys have seen this. But let me go ahead and update you guys on the betta fish. Now, like I said, I do have 3 betta fish in here. I did start with 4, and I ended up losing one of my betta fish. Her name was Pearl, and she was actually one of the first ones I did pick out at PetSmart and to put into this tank. I did lose her last month sometime. When I first noticed, she was kind of swimming around a little bit, and then she would always hang out over there behind the heater. I'm not sure exactly why she kept hanging out over there, but she would just hang over there for a while. When I did do a feeding at nighttime with them, she would come over and kind of like take the food and then spit it back out, and then just doesn't even eat. So she kept staying over there by the heater. She would just act kind of funny. She would swim around and stuff, but she just wouldn't eat that much, and she would just hang out in the corner over there with the heater. I did take her out for about a week and kept her separate to see if she would feel better and make sure if something was wrong with her. I didn't want her to get with the other fish and get them sick and everything. So I did take her out for about a week, and she seemed like she was doing fine, and I put her back in, and she still kept going over there by the heater. And then one day I turned on the light, and she was actually on the bottom of the tank, and she was pretty much gone. So I did lose Pearl. I will put a video up right now of what she looked like. So I'm very sad because she was one of my beautiful betta fish, and she was actually one of the first ones I did pick out. But I did end up losing her. But I do have 3 other ones in here are doing very well, very happy, very healthy, swimming around all the time. They do eat very well, And so I'll go ahead and show you guys what they look like. They're pretty much all over here in the corner. Let's go ahead and talk to you guys about this one. This one is Violet, and she's a black and blue V-tail female. Her body is black, and then her tail and fins are like a dark blue color. So her name is Violet, and she's doing absolutely wonderful. She has grown since I've had her. She eats very well and swims good, and really never had any problems or issues with her. Moving on to the next female betta fish. She's also a V-tail female, and she's all red, and her name is Rosie, and she has grown a little bit. She's kind of the smallest one out of all of them, and she's just doing absolutely amazing and wonderful. She eats very well and swims a lot and gets along with all the other betta fish. And then moving on to the last betta fish is Sky. She has like a light blue color body and then like a light blue fin and tail. And she's actually one of the most biggest betta fish I do have in here out of all two of the other ones. But she is doing absolutely wonderful. She has grown a lot since I've had her, and she's just absolutely amazing. They're doing absolutely wonderful. They get along with all the other fish. They actually get along well with each other. They really don't pick at each other or bother each other as much. So they are just doing so good, and so happy that they are very happy and healthy inside of this tank. Now moving on to the next fish, and that is my neon tetras. I do have a total of 6 of those. They are doing very well. They're strong. I never really lost any of them. They're doing pretty well. They're all over here in the corner swimming around. I do have a couple of big ones, and the rest are kind of like a medium and small size fish. But they are doing absolutely wonderful. I do have all 6 of those. I never really lost any of them. I think these fish are pretty much a really good strong fish, and it's kind of hard to lose any of them unless something happens. But other than that, they are doing absolutely wonderful, and I just love them so much. Neon tetras are kind of one of my favorite fish to have in a community tank. I've always had them growing up, and I've always will get them no matter what, and I just absolutely love them. Like I said, the betta fish love them. They don't bother them. The neon tetras don't bother the betta fish, and they all get along very well. So I knew when I was going to do a community tank, I had to have neon tetras in here. But they're doing absolutely amazing. They eat very well. I give them like little flakes and put them in here, and they eat it and stuff like that, and they're just very happy and healthy little fish too. Now moving on to the last fish that was in here. They're called Albino Tetras. I probably said it wrong, but I did have a total of I think 4 or 5. I end up losing most of all of them except one, and the one is back there swimming around. It's kind of hard to see it, but it's back there in the corner. This is the only one that's actually left out of all of the fish. It's doing strong. It eats really well. It's been there since all the other ones had passed away, and hopefully this little guy or girl will stay alive and stay healthy, and hopefully I won't lose this one. If I do eventually lose that one for any reason, I will not probably get any more of those fish. I probably will stick with just the betta fish and all of the neon tetras, because it seems like they do pretty much very well inside of the community tank, and they get along so well with each other. So I'll probably end up just sticking with them if this one ever passes away or something happens to it. But other than that, the tank is doing amazing. Like I said, I did lose about 2 of the plants. I think it was one that was here and one was over here that ended up dying on me, and so I just took it out and bought 2 new ones and replaced them. I did have a couple more plants in here, but I kind of like went down on the plants. I did always have like 2 up in the front on each side and 1 in the middle of each side. So I kind of went down a little bit and decided to cut down on the plants. There's still a lot in here that the fish can like hide if they need to hide in here or whatever. But other than that, the plants are doing absolutely amazing. Especially this plant has grown so much, and the one in the back has grown amazing. These little ones up in the front are getting really tall and big, and then especially the one in the back, you can see how tall and how much it has grown since then. But they're doing amazing. I absolutely love these plants. I'm really so glad that I decided to switch from fake plants to real plants, because I've had so much good luck with these plants. It's just incredible. I cannot believe that I do have live plants every time I turn around and look at all of my tanks. All of my tanks have live plants in there, and I think I would never ever go back with fake plants ever again. So if you guys are looking into getting a fish tank for any reason, if it's a betta fish or just a community tank, definitely get the live plants. I recommend them so much. All of my plants come from PetSmart, and like I said, I never really have any issues or problems with them. Like the only problem I did have was when I did lose two, they end up dying, and I just took them out and just replaced them with two new ones, and since then I really haven't had any issues or problems with them. So other than that, the tank is doing amazing. I still have the same gravel in here. It's like the light tan color gravel. And then all my plants, I still have the same heater that comes on when it needs to come on, and it will shut off when it needs to shut off. And then I still have two filters in here. Let me show you what they look like. So this one is a Aquawan 20, and then this one is a Aquawan 10, I think. I think 2 weeks ago this one ended up dying, and I had to get rid of it, and I had to actually go out back to PetSmart and buy a brand new one. But other than that, it lasted for about 7 months, because when I bought that one, it was when the same time I had bought everything, so it lasted for about 7 months, and it ended up dying on me. I don't know what happened to it, but I had to end up replacing it and getting a whole new one. So now I have a brand new filter in here. And for these two filters, they do absolutely amazing in this tank. They keep the tank nice and clear, and the water flow goes very well. You can probably see right there how much the water flows really good. It goes pretty much all the way around. This side doesn't get as much flow as it does, but it's nice that one side does, because when I feed the betta fish, I always feed them on this side so they can get their pellets before they swim away and everything like that. But it's nice. It keeps it clean. It keeps it filtered. Like I said, it keeps it nice and clear, and it does a really good job. So I really recommend these type of filters. I do change them at least once a month. If they get too bad, I try to change them at least twice a month. And these little things, I don't know if you can see them, but these little foam stuff right here, I do change them frequently because they do get very dirty, and so I usually just get new ones and then just put it in there. I just get like a big pack of them, and then I cut it for what the size is supposed to be, and I just put those in there. But other than that, everything is doing absolutely amazing. I love my community tank, and I'm so glad that it is up strong and doing very well, and the betta fish and all the other fish are doing amazing, and I'm just so thankful that my tank is doing as well as I thought it was going to be doing. For at least 7 months, that's been doing absolutely amazing. Even though I did lose a couple of fish, and you know, that's expected. I was not expecting to have my fish stay alive forever. I knew something was going to happen eventually, and you know, that's life. I mean, you can't really do anything about it. Like I said, I don't know exactly what happened to the other fish. She was fine for a while, and then all of a sudden she just started acting funny, and then she just ended up passing away. But other than that, I can't really complain. Everything is doing very well with this tank, and I'm so happy to have it, and I'm so glad to just come in here every day, turn on the light, and just look inside and look at all the fish swimming around. But this is my 20-gallon long community tank, and this is going to be the end of the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give this video a big thumbs up, comment down below, and definitely don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see more. Until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!